Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if Paul can be quiet. No, you need to hold it until it flash. Okay? You got it today? You got it this week? Okay, son. Look at you smile. All right, welcome to another episode of MTV Podcast with the Wife. It's episode 154 or 153?
Right.
Oh, shit. See, that's why you can't take a week off. Take a week off, you forget. You forget the episodes. So much has happened. It's going to be a bit, can't even get it out. It's going to be a busy episode. We hope that you subscribe, rate, comment, like, share the podcast, share the podcast, share the podcast. All right, babe. How was your day today?
That's cool.
Why you look so sad today? Okay. We won't start there. No, we won't. Let's get right into it. Babe. You ready? You don't know where I'm going to go this time. You ready? I'm ready.
Okay. But you're not ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. I guess I'm not, but let's go. Oh, we're going to get that fixed. We're going to get that fixed. Hey! Mm. I did it do. That's right. Let's get this audio right, Mike. What happened to the pre-production? Oh man. I guess that's what happened when you just rushing about get the episode together, huh? Okay.
You got a lot going on.
You said what?
You got a lot going on.
Yep. Carl likes it. At some point, she gonna be bobbing her head.
I bobbed already. Oh my God. What?
Hey, welcome to episode 153 of MTMJ Podcast with the Wife. Looks like I'm excited. Okay.
That's crazy. Where is this? Wow.
No.
No.
But like Carl like it. You don't love me like that. All right, enough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's wake her up a little bit. Let's get her ready for the podcast. No mask. Let's go. Hey, move in your seat. Hey.
You're supposed to hold it.
Hey. I guess it still ain't rubber ranger. All right, I tried. She wasn't going for none of that shit. Didn't get her excited for nothing. God damn you.
That was supposed to be exciting.
Nothing?
No,
Okay. I tried.
you didn't. At all. You didn't.
No, I really did try.
Nah.
My intentions was to attempt to try.
For you to keep you hyped.
Oh, only me, huh?
Yeah, you knew none of that was gonna get me hyped.
No, I didn't. I didn't think it was gonna get you any hype, but my intentions were my intentions. So how about the mask that's being uncovered? How about finding out your wife didn't wear lashes for a week and a half and you wasn't aware? Is that hate? You think it's hate? I don't think it's hate.
Why do you think it's hate?
I mean, that goes along with every time I get something new done to me and you don't recognize that it happened.
But the difference between me and you is you observant of everything. Everything. Even when you don't want to be observant. That's just you. You're observant of everything. And to not be observant of that.
Were you offended?
What?
Did you feel a certain way?
That? How am I supposed to feel?
That's because you don't care.
Bad anyway. How am I supposed to feel?
So you can't. Let's discuss that for 2 seconds. Here, put your phone down. Why do you always say that I don't? What you say again? See,
You heard
I
me.
can't even remember. So
there you go.
what you say again? What
You don't
say?
pay me no mind anyway. Because you didn't even remember just that quick what I just said. That's how often stuff I be saying, you be like, shoo.
So
You ignore a lot.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Man, take it how you want to take it.
Are you taking it a certain way?
Did I say anything?
Oh well, shit. I'm trying to start something. Is what you trying to say? Or whatever.
It's up here.
All right, so Diddy and I had this whole look. I think when you talk about people who have been affected by domestic violence, you try to make sure that you're not offending anyone and you're being as sincere and what's the word I want to use? Can you help me out a little bit? I'm looking for the word. Try to be as nice as you possibly can without offending somebody.
I want to have some empathy.
A couple episodes ago, my wife was just like, she took the bag, she got the money without seeing any evidence, and she was all against that girl.
I just said that's just what it was. The money, he has struggled with money, which is so unfair because she's the one that went through it.
But my thing is it possible that she didn't get hushed by the money? She didn't want any of this type of stuff to come out that could potentially drive her back into a space of,
I'm sure she knew somebody was going to dig up some stuff and eventually was going to come out. It's just her being prepared to open that wound again.
Yeah.
That's all that was. And it's just, like, people don't just throw money at you or be so quick to
Well, we're going to fix it, y'all.
give money.
I apologize.
If they didn't have anything to do with it. If they played no parts. You get what I'm saying? Why am I going to pay you if I actually had no parts in this? I'm paying you because I had some parts in this, whether or not I'm sympathetic of it now, or I felt some type of way about it then and didn't look at it a certain way. At the end, that's at the end of the day, she was the one left being abused. Look, we didn't go through it. We just see what what happens in the aftermath of it, and it's a lot of people that try to make light of the situation, not of the fact that she actually was, the victim, but just in general of like even the hotel scene. It's already a skit out or whatever, as if what if he dealt with somebody else, like a hood chick? She'd beat his ass. It wouldn't have been, a situation where what happened, but who's to say that a hood chick don't eventually put herself in a situation and, stuff has happened for so long, you let stuff slide that, this is all like this is your supporter, your provider, your protector that you thought and you can't get away. Like you don't have the strength to get away. That's where the biggest issue is in the situation. It's like people will be like, oh my God, she should have left. She should have left. She tried. You see what happened. Unfortunate. But the whole situation in itself is just messed up.
All right, what do you say to all the people that's coming out and apologizing after the fact now?
Apologizing about what?
What do you say to the people that's coming out? I know you've seen what's going on the internet, so everybody's apologizing to Casey.
I ain't been watching none of that. What was I supposed to like? Because from my understanding, Diddy had a post up. I just read the caption. I didn't even play it. Like he's apologizing, but you only apologize because the movie leaked. You knew what you did. The video, the art, whatever. The surveillance leak. You swore by everything that you was gonna clear yourself. Like you knew what you did. That's the biggest problem. So who cares? Like your apology means nothing because you knew what you did to her.
I'm not talking about Diddy's apology because I do agree his apology is irrelevant. I just think like after putting up the fight that you put over the last few months, basically trying to say you're innocent and none of this stuff was true, you can't now put out an apology saying, I feel so bad about what I done in the moment. I apologize I apologize when I did that to her and I got help. Those type of things you should have already been prepared for and already did what you did. But I think with that, I was saying something to you the other day or maybe yesterday, and I basically was like, the people who sat back and allowed these things to happen when you could have stepped in and kind of helped protect women, you just as responsible as the person who actually did it. And that may be, for me, that may be me jumping ahead too far and me just trying to put the mistake or the issue on everyone else. But I think like when you see someone was intentionally crying out for help and saying, okay, this ain't right, or you coming to these parties and you being a part of the problem and you're not being a part of the solution, you just as bad as the person who actually.
That's a lot of people at them parties.
Yeah, but I also think it was an exclusive situation. So it had, like we used to think like these type of behaviors only happen with the white people, the white rich people. We never looked at it, we looked at Diddy for so long as like, okay, this
Brother Love.
He specifically when he changed his name to Brother Love
but he was wild on making the band.
Peace and all this trans whatever the word is. But I just look at it like this, like, the internet gonna end it. Internet. And I think Cat Williams said it best in the at the beginning of the year when he did Shannon Sharp's interview. He's like, man, this is gonna be the year of truth. This gonna be the year where a lot of people gonna be exposed. And I didn't think it was gonna get as bad as it's gotten. Because now I just think like now everyone is just looking for a reason to trend or take over the social media space. And I think that sucks. The difficult part is like folks are ruining families. Like, I look at Gary Owens. He went on and he tried to tell his truth, and he was honest about being a cheater, but still that wasn't enough for his fiance. She felt like she still needed to come out and make a statement against it. So it's like now everybody's running the Shannon Sharp's podcast just to break news. Like Keenan said, he was with his wife, his ex-wife then, and she had 2 babies on him with somebody else. And he stuck around for both babies.
He took a DNA test to prove that?
Apparently that's what he did. But
wow.
Then after he put that story out, another story came out with his daughter saying that doesn't even exist. That never happened.
What never happened?
Those babies never happened.
His daughter said that?
Yes, his daughter said that's not the truth. The wife came out and said he was abusing her and all this other shit. So it's like now everyone is just going on Shannon Sharp, Wendy Williams, and breaking stories about just breaking stories.
Auntie Shay Shay.
And they're not even too concerned about the people who are just straight getting hit with straight bullets that possibly was minding their business and they want nothing to do with nothing. In my personal opinion. That's just me just paying attention to just Shannon Sharp. Excuse me. I guess that's the reason why he does Nightcap and then he does the Shannon Sharp. Uncle Shay Shay.
I mean, neither are censored, right?
No. But every time somebody go on that show, and his show it's got to be newsworthy. It just don't make sense. What don't make sense, man?
That's what the sermon was about today.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You heard it. You heard it.
I heard, I think Pastor was talking about a lot of things, but I also think the person that's actually in the atmosphere of the sermon has a better outlook on it. Why are you just trying to pass everything to me? You heard it. Like, will you talk? I was doing a podcast. God dang it.
You was talking and I just said you heard it. I was gonna go off of you. She was already talking.
I gotta piggyback off of you. You were there.
Was already talking. Dang, that was it. Talking about stuff that don't make sense that people try to make sense. So like, it's one or the other. You can never please somebody on this end or that end. Like they was talking about cigarettes. How back in the day, before I was thought of, cigarettes was promoted by doctors and stuff for people to smoke. And then you find out years later with the labels and stuff that's on the cigarettes that it can cause cancer and all these issues and problems. But people still, even though they see the warning, they say everything they say to avoid it, they still spend the money to buy it. He said back then, it was like 25 cents to get a pack of cigarettes, $2.25 to get a carton. $2.25 to get a carton.
I wouldn't know. I mean, people.
But that was the biggest drug out. That was like a slow killer type thing. And he was like, the people who are wealthy, you have people who look at them a certain way because of their lifestyle. And then it's like, okay, well, you got money to do this and do that, but you drive this, make it make sense. And then you have people who are basically in poverty and they do things that like try to live up with the Joneses knowing they shouldn't. And it's like, how does this make sense? So it's just basically everything is a tit for tat type situation. But nobody ever really knows when to make certain things make sense when it comes to things that you really shouldn't do.
You know what I missed is when Pastor was talking about somebody walking a baby. He was talking about somebody walking a dog. What was the story behind that? Pastor was talking about someone walking a dog, and he said, "How's such and such doing?" And he said it didn't work out.
He was talking about a friend of his, and how he went to a friend of his and his girlfriend's wedding. They decided to get married after being together for so many years. And they just decided after being together almost 15, 20 years, they wanted to get married. He was like, oh, okay, this is what you want to do? Okay, you know. And they got married, and the marriage only lasted a month.
Oh, okay.
He was like, he bought a gift and everything. It was like, it was a good gift. It was one of those electric candles. Back then, you had the regular old school twist turn.
Mm-hmm.
Here I go. Hope you kept the receipt. This was only 30 days. You know, I Pastor make a joke. He could have got his gift back and returned it.
That's why I need to get to know.
But he did. But he did. But it was just like, the situation is like, some things, it's like, if it's not broke, don't, like, you know, if it's not broke, you'll have to fix it. But he was really saying how it's sad that divorce rate is 51% in a Christian community, which is supposed to be the community that supposed to support the love and marriage in those aspects. And then here I go again, where our Christians consider one to be the best, so they said we can't be at 50%, we gotta be at 51%. Say better, but it's like messed up. With you're supposed to support love and all that, but you're not.
Yeah, you gotta hold it. Yeah, because you ain't took one picture. Yeah, you gotta push it and hold it until you see it flash.
But the flash, no.
No, he's gonna see it on the screen. Yeah, again, Alex, no, I closed the door to kick you out.
Because my knees call.
For what?
To close the window.
I'm doing something.
Yeah, she wanted to wait.
Okay.
Kids.
Yeah, so it's like, don't, if you know, if it's not broken, you don't have to fix the situation. But it's really sad when you think about it, how, again, the Christians want to be the better religion and all these aspects and things, but they have the highest divorce rate. And he was like, ain't that something? I said, but Christians want to be better, so
I think
51%.
I think I paid some motivation about a month and a half ago, where a pastor's wife was just saying, like, people think it's easy being a pastor's wife, but it's a lot of hard work, and it's specifically a lot of work when you are the wife and you're not as Christian
Spiritual.
or spiritual as the husband. So like, it's just I always wonder, like, when you get into a relationship, because, like, for instance, you're not like the biggest religious person, you know, like you're becoming, I mean, you're adapting to it, but the reality is he's still working on you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Versus me, I was raised in a church, so I can spend a week or two just listening to nothing but gospel. And sometimes I can admit
that don't mean nothing because you listen to gospel.
Sometimes I can admit this. When I'm just listening to gospel, I get a little worried that it's gonna offend y'all. Or if I get into, like, my mood where, like, the words of the music are affecting me emotionally, like, I'd be scared to, like, show that.
What?
I'm telling you.
That's not good.
Yeah, well, because I don't want you see you judging me. That's why men are afraid to be honest with their women, and men are afraid to unchannel their emotions. You see that response? You just went to that date show in Baltimore where they talk about how men feel emasculated by women. You just said to me because I have an emotion, and I told you that emotion. That is why it's hard for men to come out and be like, oh, I'm feeling this way, or this is how I'm feeling, because of that response right there. I'm not offended that you had that, but I just want to bring that to your attention, though. That is not the first time you do it, and that's all. You do that a lot without even realizing that you do it.
It's to me because that means that I have you in a space where you are not comfortable to be yourself, and that's fake, and that's a problem on my end. If you got to be fake around me,
how you gonna turn that and flip that on me?
That's what it means, though.
How am I being fake?
If you can't be yourself and express yourself, especially if it's about your music choice or whatever, we already said we don't have the same, palette or whatever. But if this is your interest, why?
That still doesn't stop me from listening to it. I just say that's how I feel sometimes. Just like for instance with you sometimes say you don't feel sexy or you feel certain way. I would then come out and be like, oh, that sucks that you can't tell me you don't do this way.
I'm vocal to you about stuff.
Yeah, but when I'm vocal to you about those sort of things, and I promise you, y'all, we're not about to go down a rabbit hole.
Are we beefer?
I thought we weren't go down a rabbit hole. But no, seriously. I mean, I'm okay. I can admit that I feel like that sometimes, and it's okay. But
I want you to feel like
that response right there just said, "Oh," and you gonna make an excuse and say, "Oh, I'm just saying that for me." No, your first response was the exact response, and that's why.
And it was. My response was, "Ugh." I make you feel that type of way that you have to hide. That's what it is. You have to hide your true feelings and self.
About gospel?
But if it's about gospel, who knows what else you hide your true feelings and self about? If you hide music.
We specifically talking
No. Yeah, you said that, but that just sheds light on who knows what else you might feel that about. You just brought up the music.
Is it sad when you can't have a conversation about one specific thing and then your significant other attempts to try to move the needle when we specifically talking about the one specific thing? And she try to make it a bigger issue when I'm trying to tell her live on this podcast that it is not a bigger issue. I'm specifically talking about music.
On the podcast because you don't want to go deeper into it. You just want to leave it at that, and that is fine. We can leave it at the music.
Okay, let's move on. Let's see where this is about to go. So, son, you love you some sushi. You love you some sushi too. After this story, I don't know, you guys might want to change your whole mind about it.
Okay. Mind you, we don't eat raw sushi.
Worms wriggling in a woman's bile duct. The woman had gone to the hospital with symptoms including abdominal pain and fever. A CT scan revealed the parasites. Doctors then used snares and forceps in an endoscopic procedure to remove the worms. Some of them measured over half a foot. It calls to mind a case from California reported earlier this year, in which a man pulled teeth from his own digestive system. He allegedly contracted the parasite from improperly prepared sushi. Worms are contracted through contact with contaminated soil. Doctors say they're typically found in the intestines and not the bile duct. After the procedure, the woman reported feeling much better.
So what do y'all think about sushi now? There's a reason why my body's starting to reject sushi.
Carl likes shrimp and pork, and we like California rolls.
It's got to be a reason of why my body is starting to reject sushi.
We don't do
imagine,
salmon, none of that raw stuff.
I don't even. When I used to go to Whole Foods and I used to sit there and watch them jokers, man, just eat that raw sushi, I used to think to myself, like, are they really not aware that, like, it's not cooked?
I mean, you can eat it not cooked. It's got to be at the right temperature and stuff, and that's what the problem is. When it's not at the right temperature,
so if it's at the right temperature, you will eat it.
It's because I don't eat raw sushi. We California rolls, shrimp and pork, cooked.
What do y'all think about that story though?
It's sad. But that's what people be getting to want to try raw shit. Cook my.
Hey Carl, before I put it, you gotta hold that button. That's the picture taking. You ain't heard that once, have you? Oh, okay. How many pictures you think you took? Push the play button on the camera. Exactly. Don't push that camera. Push the camera button again, so it can go back to the regular screen. Yeah, exactly. That's what I kept telling you. You gotta hold it. You've been in here for 30 minutes and took one picture.
Oh, MG.
One picture. You took one picture, son. Why you? What am I not paying you the big bucks for?
The last time I got taking you had big bucks.
No, that's why I said why I'm not paying you the big bucks for.
Get some big bucks. Maybe you'll do better.
He do get the big bucks. What you mean? You taking care of this boy handsomely, and I'm making sure he make sure he keep his hair cut. That ain't cheap. Oh, but we're parents. That's what we're supposed to do, huh? I wish you would say that.
Basically, because he didn't say, hey, bring me here. I don't want to be here.
Moving on. Let's get to the next one, man. So, Oprah is now owning to something she did horrible to the black culture. She is just so offended. She said, man, she contribute to women believing that they need to make themselves small in order to feel confident about themselves. What do you think about that? Getting shot in their belly, taking Ozempic, Weight Watchers, all that shit that's supposed to make you small. You want to do that? Oh, that's some bullshit. It's amazing how when you try to look up this story, it look like they don't delete it. Oh no, here we go. Say Oprah Winfrey acknowledged her contribution to the diet culture. I own what I've done and now I want to do better. How you gonna own what you've done after 50 years and now after 50 years of ruining women's lives, you want to do better?
Because she done got her stuff together, so
now she don't got the bag. She don't got Weight Watchers as one of the probably, if they wasn't the biggest and still is the biggest companies as far as like diet and supplementation. And so I know you wanted to, you didn't want to take Weight Watchers, but you wanted to take Ozempics.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And why did you want to take that, bro?
Quick fix.
Oh, okay.
Something fast.
What you standing up for? You trying to leave? You took 2 pictures. He trying to leave after taking 2 pictures.
Oh, true.
Oh my God, yo. What if we start acting like that towards our kids? Like half-assing it as parents.
Man.
Like don't wash our clothes. Don't make sure you can get an education.
It's crazy. I kind of felt like that last week.
Don't make sure y'all eat. And you know what's so funny about it?
I didn't want nothing
And this
to no kids.
and this is not to make you feel bad though, but on times like Mother's Days and Father's Days and screw those days. But when Christmas come around and your birthdays come around, y'all want to be so important. And this is really, I promise you, this is not to make you feel bad.
It's not y'all because he don't ask for that.
But he get it.
Yeah, but it's not like he asked for it.
But
It's suggested to him.
Okay,
versus
so
that other one.
All right, for instance. So then if because he don't ask, we would just not do anything. So let's start with your haircut. How would you feel if you didn't get another haircut for the rest of the year? Like you just got to go to school every week looking like someone don't care about you. How would you feel? Tell me, how would you feel? Would you see? So you would try to do it on your own, right? So you would ask me. Thank you. That just proved my point. So you spending 30 to 20 minutes to take a picture shouldn't be a problem. And I'm keeping this on the podcast. Because I want people to know how kids really feel about their parents. You know, we good. No, I don't want you to, listen, I don't want you to do nothing you don't want to do. So you can go. Go, you good. I promise you good. This is your decision. You do what you want to do. You wanted to leave already, so go on and leave. It's okay, son. But that's how you do me all the time, though. I want you to know that. That's the child you raising.
Oh, we not raising?
Nah, I don't. This is the same child that cussed in his mom's face with just reckless abandonment. Back in the day, if I cussed in front of my mom's face, I don't care if I don't like. It's still a respect. If they can't respect you, then it's no telling they can respect. And I know that ain't him, but the fact that he can do it in your face and you just laugh. If we were to do that in our parents, we'd get smacked in the mouth. Maybe you won't, because you weren't raised like that. But most civilized people, if we disrespected our parents like that, we would get smacked in the mouth. He couldn't cuss in front of pops and grands. I'm just saying. That is the one thing we disagree about. How you just freely let your kids cuss in front of you, right in your face, and you don't correct them. But you correct them about everything else, but you don't correct them about cussing. Why is that?
You want to do that again?
What?
About the cursing?
What you mean?
About the words?
What word? Oh, my man damn near said fuck right in your face. Literally. You were there and y'all were right there. Pow! You was in that distance. That face you got right there was the face that you gave him.
Why am I hitting him?
Oh, this is going to be a raw pod.
Why am I hitting him?
I'm not telling you to hit him. But
you just said now.
But I'm saying, if this was back in the day, that's what would have happened.
That's not, who kids are that? Who kids are they?
Okay, so when you just said that now, when I bring up the wife don't feel like she should pay all the bills, don't you bring up back in the day?
Don't bring up back in the day. When it comes to...
Because you said, I love this. I like how the words out of your mouth come right back around and hit you right upside the head.
And that's fine. The partnership, businessship, that's how you want it. That's fine. When it comes to the kids, how you choose to do it, how I choose to do it, how other people choose to raise their kids, that's their kids. You may not like it, just like I may not like how somebody raised their child. They may not like how I raised my child, but that's my child. Right?
You can't say that to me, though. That's our child.
No, because you said I ain't raised them.
No, I did.
You did. Because I said our child. You said, no, you're so my son.
I'm specifically talking about the cussing part. That part I ain't raising. Boy, everything I'm saying right now is hitting a nerve today. What's going on? Let's talk. Do we really got beef?
You making beef, and I ain't got no beef. I just answered the situation. You don't like the way I answered it.
It's all over your face. It's been over your face since the moment we started. Something's wrong with you.
You're trying to make something and it's not nothing.
Sonia, it is something.
No, it's not. You want to make something, and as soon as I start talking, we talk about stuff, then you want to make something that it ain't. It's really nothing. You trying to make something. And then as soon as I address it, then you don't want to.
So what are you addressing?
I'm saying anything, everything we talk about, every topic, you try to turn it around and say something. As soon as I say something, you the one in your feelings about what I say. But you brought it up. You want to talk about it, you want to talk about it. But I don't have no issue. I didn't come in here with the issue.
So you've been in your feelings since I said something about your pants. You came in here smiling.
Open. That wasn't about.
And then the next thing I know, your whole
you got to put pants on. That's annoying. But I had no issue like with the pod or nothing. I'm good. I had no issue.
So who you think won the Drake battle? You think Drake won? I think I think rap beef, yeah, it's cool, and I get that there are a lot of things that come out of rap beef that can be good, and then there are a lot of things that come out of rap beef that can be harmful. Like I think like what Drake and Kendrick forgot was they got like hives that really support the both of them that are willing to do any and everything for them with no incentive. That's just like a snitch with no incentive to snitch. So like all these instances of like people approaching Drake's house and trying to cause harm and shooting at his security. Like, let's think for a second about that man's like actual family. Like he got a child or children or whatever. You know, he got people who like aren't a part of this beef or aren't a part of this rap stuff. And but I also get like rappers rap, and harm been a part of rap since the beginning of time, and you're never gonna stop that. I think like when Kendrick started like putting out the man's address and giving up his location to his home, that's on Drake. Like Drake was so pressed to let everybody know that he had a compound with like X amount of yard space and how big his house was or whatnot. And this might be boo and you might be bored by it, but I think like if you want to just focus on the music, like we know who won. Kendrick won that battle. The numbers say he won it. But that don't get it twisted. Like there's some hits that came out. There's some good music that came out of it. And I think I went on a boxing rant. So I equate this to boxing. I think hip hop needed a reset. I think the labels needed to see. They needed to see some of this stuff so they can know where they need to invest their funds at. And it's clear like the wave ain't like the DSPs no more. Like folks got the power now where they can just upload music wherever they can. And they can just get in the studio and then drop it to a link and put it out to the world. I think what was so cool about the situation is just like you pulled Kendrick out a little bit, because I think Kendrick thought like it's okay to put out an album 1 year, take 4 years off, then come out another year and take another 5 years off. So if Drake's objective or whoever was behind this, what their objective was to get Kendrick to go and get him to be a little bit more active, I think it worked. I just hope, now we can go back to just putting out good music, because both artists are good, regardless of all their personal business. I like both of them. I think they put out good music. But it was clear it was clear that Kendrick won when NBA TNT decided to play that diss track on the Shaq, Kenny, and Charles Barkley little TNT set. So we know the NBA decided who they side with, and they've been sided with Kendrick for a long time. So I think there was some good music came out of it, and that's my opinion. You got anything?
They had time. Why they ain't had that time to make albums? I don't know, but they had time, because once one dropped something, minutes later another one dropping this, and they had a lot of time on their hands. And it's like, for what? Where did it all come from? It was
Just-
like, wasn't giving a publicity stunt, but then once all that stuff started happening, it's like, it's getting a little too personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Jim Jones self-defense claims proven to be true. Authorities found evidence to support Jim Jones' self-defense claims in airport fight. No charge will be filed against either party, though. That's what they say. No charges.
Against either party.
Either.
But if it wasn't, but if it was the other way around, and it was a self-defense, would it be either party still not charged? Yeah, I'm just asking.
I'm trying to figure out what that old dude gonna get for them clobbering him like that. They ain't touched that man one month. They ain't put one paw on that man, but the fact that he rolled over him like a big wheel. Yeah, I'm glad everything worked out with that situation. Things could have been worse, man. But I'll tell you this, Jim Jones need to change the way he move. Like, he shouldn't have to get in those type of scuffles with specifically white dudes. And then Jim Jones, you need to be not letting white dudes. I don't care if it look like he plucking you with a finger. You don't need to be letting that man boobop you like that.
He was dealing with the other guy. It's not like it was just him. It was, they jumped him basically. Trying to jump. I don't know what that was, but Jim probably ain't know what it was when they hit him like, what?
Mm-mm. So a lady gets probation for trying to poison her husband.
What?
Let's listen, y'all. Yeah, but here's what makes things funny, right? The man ordered the little chlorine tester strips, and this is after he put like a hidden camera near the kitchen area, and actually recorded her putting bleach inside the coffee maker.
Damn.
Then after that, he put the tester inside the coffee, and it tested positive for chlorine, and that's when he called the police on her ass.
Damn.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough.
Shit, I just wanted to let you know, don't fuck with me. That's it. I just want to say, because if she really wanted to kill him, she could have. He was way more than some dang on
All right, so
bleach.
Robbie Johnson started noticing that his coffee tasted off starting in March of 2023. So he decided to purchase pool chemical testing strips and discovered there were high chlorine levels in his coffee. He set a hidden camera and caught his wife, Melody, in the act. Johnson said his wife was trying to get life insurance benefits by attempting to kill him. Despite all the evidence, she was able to strike a plea deal and plead guilty to 2 counts of adding poison or harmful substance to food or drink. I'm trying to figure out how she was even offered. See, that's why I say like the court system is jacked up, dog. Like people who actually should be serving some sort of time, they getting off like a slap on the wrist. And my thing is, giving her 3 months of probation, that's like giving her incentive to say, okay, I got away with it, so let me try it again. She looks stupid enough to try it again too. That's the crazy part about it. So if I'm the ex-husband, I hope, I would be, shoot, I'd have lost my shits. But chances are this is, deport her ass. She look like an illegal immigrant.
Where are you going to deport her to? They sent
Back
them
to
all
the
over
motherfucking
here.
time. Send her right back to her town. Some women just ain't worth it. Was this my story or yours? Nah, this you. Yeah. Putting that there? I ain't put that there, but I understand the situation though. My man. Oh yeah, I put that there. Right. I definitely put that there. And see, that's why, like, you know how you say I be putting stuff and then forgetting. Like in my mind in the moment, like I be having like this big elaborate response to the story.
Like you said, you want to pause in the moment if you're just talking about stuff.
Yeah, because the shit that the shit that I know I remember from saying is like, that's why you avoid like women who had like, they attract a lot of attention. Because chances are there's that one crazy ass nigga that she was talking to that her box probably was just so good and he is dangerously in love with her. And he is willing to do any and everything to make sure if he can't have her, no one will have her. And that is a scary ass situation because now that man that was in the house got shot multiple times. Luckily, he survived. But the dude who shot him at the time, he got away. Going further in the story, I wasn't sure if they like ever caught the dude, and I'm sure at this moment they did. But the fact that he was bold enough to go to that girl's house, the dude is there, and her kids are there, and he still does that type of stuff. That shit's just wild. So like you got y'all motherfuckers be chasing that box. Y'all need to be motherfucking making sure you get these, these niggas mentally evaluated, get their ass checked out. Because a lot of these guys, they use past traumas from their upbringing as an excuse for them to continue the same traumas that they went through as a child, as an adult. And there's never no getting better from it. And that's where I was trying to go. There's a lot of trauma that boys that are now claimed to be men, that are still boys mentally, that are carrying from their childhood, things that they may have seen that happen to people that they love, whether it's their grandmother, their mother, they honor somebody, maybe they were getting beat on. And now they think it's okay for them to continue that same behavior. You keep on doing it, someone is going to beat their match. You know how I know? It happens. It was a dude that thought, he could just run through the neighborhood, stealing from people and bullying people. So he went to approach this one dude, and that dude was time enough for him and killed him. And see, that is the type of stuff that folks need to realize. So if you really believe that you have witnessed a lot of trauma, because I guess there is, if there's a such thing as PTSD from the army and military, I'm sure there's a diagnosis for that type of trauma that you may have experienced as a child.
It's PTSD.
Well, yeah, but they don't
PTSD even if you're not military.
But that still don't give you the excuse to just go out and be reckless. And I say that the same as Diddy. Like watching that guy, I hate to go back there, but watching that video he displayed shit that he possibly saw as a child, and he just reenacted that same behavior. And that doesn't give him no excuse, because he has to be the one that's got to be willing to be the change. He can't continue that behavior and keep recycling that bad behavior.
But you said it. He's got to be the one willing to be that change. And if he's not willing to be that change,
so
then until he meet his match, or just vice versa, until somebody meet their match with the situation, to know that there is a problem, like this isn't right, this isn't healthy, they're going to continue to do
it. Yeah. But see, that's also like, you gotta be man enough, and sometimes you gotta check your ego and understand when it's time to get that help. And if you can't do it, like, I don't know, we gotta start being like beating asses. You ain't gotta kill them. Beat that ass.
Then they want to kill you because there it is. Their ego has not been placed and put in check to realize that this was not an ass whooping because you ain't shit. This is an ass whooping of help. Like, I don't know.
Because not to, like, God, this part gonna be all over the place, but not to, like, I don't want to dig on that Diddy situation, but like, imagine being the father and watching your daughter get kicked and tossed around like that, and didn't know it happened. And your daughter hid that from you since 2016.
You're a dad to a daughter.
Oh my God,
yo! Would be you're a dad to a daughter.
It's just like, man, like,
how would you feel? That's years of that being held.
One, I'm hurt,
right,
and I think I'll be more hurt before I'm angry, because like, that's my baby, right? You know, then I gotta also understand why my baby that says she loved me didn't feel comfortable enough to come to me and tell me those type of things were happening. But then I gotta understand, like, she gonna possibly tell me because I didn't want you to get jammed up. But then how you will feel if the district attorney come out and say, yeah, that case happened in 2016. The LA DA is not pursuing that case because there's nothing we can do. There's no charges that we can have.
So now
that they can be put out.
What you do?
Pray. This is one of the times I really have to lean on my pastor. And not TD Jakes. Not Mr. Swallow. Because I see the memes going around that they say, motherfucker Diddy need to go chill with TD Jakes, open up a church, become a minister, so he can cleanse his transgressions.
So he need to go chill with Russell.
It looked like from that apology, that's where he was at.
Adios. Go sit down somewhere. Because man.
All right. Hopefully I can get some your juices going on this. All right, so they dragging this young lady, you know, based off of her opinion on the topic. They feel like she basically talking about leaving, that lady should leave, but what about her current situation? Is she married to her man? But how would you feel if someone literally lived with them for 10 years and still isn't ready to be married? So the story basically says, because I don't think they really explained it well. They just read part of it and then started like just talking. Say, boyfriend of 10 years not asking to marry me. We've been living together for 4 years. After 10 years, y'all been living together for 4 years. So y'all do have experience with living together. Queen Naja then asked her man, Clarence White, what was his take on the situation. He said, I mean, you should probably have a conversation and see if that's in his head. That's not necessarily, that might be trauma, man. It might be something really deep that's keeping him from making that commitment to that lady after being in the same home with her for 10 years.
No, they've been together, Tim, but they've been living together for 4. But like he said, a man knows. So
Sonya, I didn't see that in the story.
That's what they just said.
Oh, okay.
If you was listening, it said they've been together 10 years, but they've been living together for 4. And like he said, a man knows. And that's just what it is. A man knows. And if it's ultimately up to you as a woman, like how long you want to sit.
Oh, no. That's not true.
If a man knows, if you waiting around, then you waiting around. And when it happens. But if you got a deadline, then say you have a deadline. But if you don't have a deadline, does it really matter how long you wait? Because you got people that's been together for 15, 20 years. And it just worked out without being married. And like, if they got married, things changed and became different. They didn't want to test those waters. Shit, you got Oprah and Stepman. My man living it up, doing this thing. Like, everybody has their standards of things. But again, like Kurt said, a man knows. He knows that if he want to marry you within months, years.
I disagree.
So when you proposed, you didn't know that you wanted to do it?
Yeah, but a man knows, but a man is also, it could be that man trying to be responsible.
If that man really love you,
I know
if
someone,
he knows, he will do it. If he love you and he just want to make it a situation to be comfortable and go with the flow, then he gonna be pressured into it.
Oh. Well, I feel about that comment you just made at the end. But anyway, what about the man that says, okay, I just need to make sure my finances in order?
Okay.
Okay.
What's your game plan of how long you think it's gonna be for you to wait to get your finances in order? That can be a conversation.
Okay, so what if you disagree with his game plan?
Then you don't keep going.
But what if
you don't agree with his game plan? Like if he say, okay, the finance thing, you like, okay, well, how long do you think that's gonna be? He like 3 to 5 years. Okay, I can do 3 to 5 years. Cool, no problem. You do your thing, however you see fit to do our thing. 4 years, nothing. Okay. If he said 5, 5th year, still nothing. Probably 5.5 still. Okay. This ain't working.
My question would be are you just leaving though? Would you just leave after 10 years that you built some?
If you've been waiting on that and it has not happened, why would you stay there if it's not happening? It ain't happened all this time. What you still staying there for?
That's a conversation though.
It is.
So hopefully.
But it's a conversation of a man knows. You telling me in 10 years a man don't know whether or not he want to be with you, but he been sleeping with you and doing whatever he been doing with you or whoever he's been doing it with and being comfortable that he don't know if marriage is something that y'all talked about. You have people who say they knew that this was somebody they wanted to be with after a year or 2. shit after months, but they just wanted to, feel the person out to really make sure that this is what it was. Or again, you have to.
Okay, so let's take it this far. Now that we know that they've been together for 10 years, but they only been living together for 4 years.
Okay.
Does that really mean anything?
What you mean?
Okay. Just because they've been together for 10 years, but they only been living together for 4 years.
You ain't got to live with nobody for 4 years to know how that person is or how they live for 4 years. You can figure that out in 30, 60 days living with somebody.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I got a deep dive response from you.
The conversation is just what it is. It's a conversation. She's just saying, hey, I'm looking to get married. Is this what you want? Like, because that's really wasting her youth, like wasting his youth. Like, if she's looking forward to being married and she just sitting around, she could be out here dating and getting to know somebody else or getting herself in order to be like, hey, well, what is it that I didn't do that I wasn't the person for you? Because I felt like I was because we've been together for so long. Like, what was it? And people don't want to have those conversations, but that's a conversation. Like, what was it? And then now, if he just now decides to do it, it's like he was peer pressured to do it. Like, he genuinely did not want to do it.
Okay. Well, we unpacked that topic. I just wanted you to unpack it. I wanted to hear your opinion. I totally agree with you. I think that is crazy that after 10 years of them being together, that he hasn't decided. Men do know exactly what they want. It really don't take that long.
So why it take you so long?
This ain't about me.
Sure.
It took me 7 years. Okay? We got together when we were 17. Okay? We didn't have no money.
Men knew.
We didn't have nowhere to live.
No, men know. What?
We didn't have nowhere to live together. We were in the opposite ends of the city. We wasn't living together. It took me. I wanted to be established financially. I wanted to be able to afford a ring to put on your finger. Not just go get a ring just because, oh, you want me to do it. Because you definitely gave me a deadline. Yeah. So that statement she made about being peer pressured, she attempted to peer pressure me. But I had to push her back a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. But you did attempt to peer pressure me. So that is exactly why it took X amount of time. It wasn't necessarily I wasn't ready. I need to make sure that we were in a good space, like a reliable car for us to get around. Because at the time we was in a putt-putt. There just was a lot going on when we were coming up that made it impossible for us to get into a relationship and it be sustainable as far as marriage. I mean, that's just from my POV.
Okay.
At first, when I saw this Chloe topic, I was like, oh, this nigga cheating again. But then I forgot they did a segment.
Oh, my God.
So that's why she had him take 3 DNA tests, because she wanted to make sure she was pulling the right stuff. And she didn't get some random person's, Yamin to put the insert.
My whole thing is
3 though is
you
wow.
had this man take 3 DNA tests
when you both went to this vitro place.
But did you not ever question to do a DNA test on yourself to make sure that's your baby and not the surrogate?
Oh, that's why you did that. That's a hater. I swear to God.
Wild, but you still want to have a kid because that's like y'all pattern and y'all trend type thing, and it's just like, why he ain't tell her to take a DNA test?
You's a hater like shit, dog. I spent at least a good 2 hours trying to figure out why you put that topic there. Like, I was trying to make sense of it. That's crazy as shit. Yeah, why she didn't take a DNA test? Cause
That baby looks smack like her father.
yeah, so that means that's hers. They all those Kardashians have like that mafia type of
Like Robert.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but why didn't she get a DNA test? Why was she so sure that they were giving her the shit that she paid for? Because I heard that doing that isn't cheap. So like, when somebody find out, okay, we got Khloe Kardashian's eggs, we can sell this shit and get 10 times what she's gonna pay if we tell her this is hers. So yeah, why the hell she didn't know? Hey, when I sit back and I look at like these topics we decide and like things that we build, and you start looking at like how much people be liking like shit that really don't have no substance to it versus like the last topic we talked about the 10-year thing. Like I'm looking at this, right? People are so concerned about the 3 DNA test because it's Khloe Kardashian. 250,000 likes for the title is that she had to make Tristan take 3 DNA tests. Then you go back to the last topic where we were talking about waiting 10 years and still not getting a proposal, and all that joint got was like a little under 6,000 likes. Like this shit is crazy. I really do believe people are intentionally putting the money behind whatever type of campaign to make sure the Kardashians are always front and center. So when I see Kim get out of her Cybertruck with 1,000 umbrellas trying to block people from seeing her, knowing goddamn well she want to be seen, that shit is laughable to me. There is a campaign that is, every time they put something out, I'm talking about every one of them, even the one that don't want to be seen, you gonna know about it. Because they're going to make sure, the blog's going to make sure you know there's a huge campaign. I just think that's why their family is, and this is no hate, but that's why this family is the way they are, because they put their money where their mouth is. And that's why they're successful. Mm-hmm. And I say that to say, like, why we sit back and we try to pick apart this family and find like all the negative shit about this family, it's a reason why like guys like Tristan don't want to leave and guys like Scott don't want to leave, and
Scott is not. No, Scott is permanent family. Scott.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this is no hate. It's because this family, like, when you were part of this family, you gonna be good for life.
Blood in, blood out.
It definitely is like getting into a game. Oh.
Because Corey said, I'm going to go from head of security to getting head from the mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my man been around that family for over 20 years. And now he fucking the mom. Her old ass.
I ain't mad at Chris at all.
So this show on called The Never Ever Mets.
Man, this shit is wild.
Is that Mets? Yeah, it's Mets.
Mets.
Mm-hmm.
Is wow. So it was stars out with 7 couples who have been dating online for a certain amount of time frame, right? And they've never met each other. Everything has been online, FaceTime, so forth. So on this show, this is them being able to meet the person they've been dating online. Now, it's this one couple that's on there that's been dating online, never met each other for 12 years.
That's like that chick who flew across country to meet that dude and he wasn't there.
They've been, but 12 years. How are you solely committing to a person for 12 years? Never seen them. What? Then the kicker is, homeboy ends up having a kid on a girl, a virtual relationship or whatever. But they've gotten past it, whatever the situation. But 12 years. Like, how long do you think you could have done a online FaceTime only relationship?
I couldn't do it long. I just was frustrated because I hadn't had sex for a few days. There's your answer. Exactly.
But that show is wild. It's crazy.
What makes it so wild though?
Because it's basically saying like how you thought y'all was compatible online, like actually being in that person's space and seeing that person, you realize you really not. Because it started out with 7 couples, it's now down to 5 because 2 couples had to leave. Cause the first one because it got physical, and then the second one there was no connection as far as a romantic connection. So it was like, it's pointless for y'all to be here. And that's a respect thing. Like, why keep having people there if there's never going to be a romantic connection? So yeah. But there's a couple on there that should go to because they ain't got no connection at all.
And this is on OWN?
Yeah.
You be watching all the little ghetto ass shows on
Love
OWN.
and Marriage, Huntsville. What?
I said you be watching all your little ghetto shows on OWN.
That just came out. And I was just like, what is this about?
And just think, when Oprah sold all her stock on OWN, like, OWN was just going to collapse. They finding a way to keep OWN going. For a while, I thought Tyler Perry was going to do his thing there, but Tyler said, man, I see it's green on BET. All right, this ain't out of BMF. Yeah, I saw this shit. This shit is wild, y'all.
Man.
Oh, no. Why they put that dumbass music on? So I read this.
And this billionaire, he allegedly faked his death in 2018 to spend the rest of his life with his side chick. He was recently spotted. That's wow.
So apparently he went on like a ski
A solo ski expedition.
And doing the ski accident. Apparently he had a big accident and he died. It seems now the ski accident never happened, nor the trip happened.
This is
man.
Crazy. Faked his death.
But he also had,
his side chick.
During the investigation, it looked like his brother was involved in the death, faking the death. Says,
It ain't got nothing on BMF scene with homeboy. He finally got some of that ass. It was like, I've been engaged for 2 years.
No bullshit. He chased that damn girl all that goddamn time.
Just to get some. And once he got it,
boom.
It was like once he finally got some action from Lucille, he was like, yeah, it wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be. So, let me let you know I've been engaged for 2 years.
That's saved BMF, because I'm going to be honest with you. BMF had a horrible season. That shit was horrible. And what make it so bad, like, these shows are starting to play with us in our fucking face. Spoiler alert. We was watching The Shack. The nigga is looking in the bag. The girl asks him, what's in the bag? I don't ask no questions. Nigga, you just had your whole goddamn face in the bag. You knew it was guns in that goddamn bag. Instead of just telling that girl it was guns in it, I don't ask no questions. Nigga, how you don't ask no questions and you just was looking in the bag? But see, that is a perfect example why all these motherfucking shows that's on like Stars and Showtime, none of them goddamn actors be motherfucking getting awards. You ever realize that? You niggas suck. You niggas be forgetting your goddamn lines. They be having they had what's the name out this year in BMF with motherfucking AirPod in his ear so they can motherfucking get the motherfucking
Meech. And that episode was hilarious. But they went back and fixed that.
Sony.
He ain't see the car coming past. He ain't seen nothing.
Sony. They just playing with us, dog.
But yeah, back to this homeboy beside. I'm gonna be with my side piece, and the only way I can do this is to basically fake my death. That's some wild. That's extreme. That's real extreme.
Hey,
Because that still leaves his wife as a widow being paid. So you could have just went on and divorced her. But I guess he went, oh, that's just wild. That's so wild. That's real extreme. Like, damn.
So, imagine being at a bowling alley and you are having a good time with your family. You got your daughter, your son, maybe your niece and nephew with you, and you're in the bowling alley. You look down and you say, man, them motherfuckers down there look ghetto as shit. And then out of nowhere, the ghetto comes out and they start throwing bowling balls. This female gets into it with a bunch of females, and like it is her versus like 3-4 of them.
But she hits the person that
she clocks that one girl upside the head with that bowling ball, and that girl just dropped.
But that wasn't even the girl she was going at it with.
She hit her ass with that bowling ball. I seen it. When that shit hit her upside her head, she just collapsed. Imagine getting that motherfucker and 13-pound bowling ball thrown at your head.
That's it.
She had that launch like 7 to 8 bowling balls.
Some girl going to jail.
She knocked out 2 people with them bowling balls. The first joint,
the homegirl going to jail.
Joint, boy, she launched that joint, hit that girl. Her whole body just buckled. Then she went
with the damn bowling ball.
Then she went to throw another one, and security tried to like grab her. Boy, she stiffed on the shit out of security and grabbed another bowling ball and commenced to just start throwing it again. At this point, security said, I can't take this shit no more. You come here, you little bitch. Grabbed her little ass up, walked her little ghetto ass on somewhere. Listen to me.
That's crazy.
Y'all, this shit is hilarious.
You can't go nowhere.
You can't take black people nowhere. They don't know how to fight with their fistuses. They gotta use bowling balls. Bowling balls. You can now marry your family member.
This is now that here.
Imagine marrying your first cousin.
They make the wrong thing legal. Like the wrong things legal.
And then they got a map on this joint. Like
you can marry your first
legal with conditions.
Freaking
not legal.
cousin.
Legal. So it is legal in California, Colorado, and New Hampshire to marry your first cousin. It is not legal in Wyoming, Oregon, Indiana, Montana, Wyoming, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New England, San Diego, Nebraska, Montana. Now y'all get the gist. And then it's legal with conditions in Arizona and Utah. Everything in Arizona and Utah. That is Utah and Arizona is where we send all our licenses and stuff to.
Wisconsin. Illinois.
Imagine you marrying your first cousin. That's some wild ass shit. How you gonna go to the family reunion? That's why you need to go to the family reunion, because that's a possibility, man. I remember
Tennessee.
I remember seeing my cousin at a restaurant, and at the time I didn't realize my cousin. I used to just call her ghetto ass girl. And she probably gonna watch this and see this shit. But anyway, every time I used to see her, I used to be like, damn, that ghetto ass girl be drinking like shit. Right? So then, right, I'm looking through photos one day, right? And I was like, oh my God, that ghetto ass drinking girl is my damn cousin. You know, she was in a picture with my grandmother. And I was like, oh man, my grandmother next to a drunk. Holy shit. I don't know, man, but
like, you can't smoke weed and do certain things, but you can screw your cousin and get married?
that's so nasty. That is so nice.
Can you imagine the deformities of pregnancies? I don't know.
But that's always been a myth too. Like we don't even know what the child gonna look like. We've never seen a child born out of motherfucking family member.
No, not this.
What do they call that?
Incest?
Yeah, that's what they call incest. Okay, we've never seen a child born in incest. That don't sound.
No, but I don't ask.
That's something we should do some research on. I would love to know. I'm afraid to do it and put it on YouTube the way he's judging motherfuckers. They get mad at us for laughing at conjoined twins and shit.
They ain't gonna conjoin the twins. First off, y'all mofos who talking about something, this is just so repulsive and
I'll tell you what
y'all should delete it. It only took 30 seconds to see how what they called us?
This one person said we are path. I knew what this word was at first.
Where we at?
That first one?
Oh, pathologically disrespectful. Well, let me be pathologically disrespectful because I had freaking questions. And my questions were, okay, he married the one half, right? So, if the other sister decides that she wants to get a boyfriend, right? That's her right to have a boyfriend as well, right? And they share, yet again, all of this. One. It's just one, right? So, she get a boyfriend. She has a husband. Are they tag teaming? Like, this is a big ass orgy, like real talk. Or do they have their days? Because she said when she had sex with her husband, her sister reads a book.
First of all, they tried to discredit my wife's research about whether whether they actually told us this or not.
It was all in there.
Yeah, but then here's the thing. It's like this video is absolutely appalling. Obviously, this young lady shared this info somewhere. Sadly, it has gotten into the hands of people who see it perversely amusing and could care less about the loving intimacy husband and wife share. First of all, we are husband and wife, and we understand the intimacy.
It's about that. It's about the sister that's sitting on the side of the shoulder.
Yeah, but that's my thing. When you sharing,
what's wrong?
My question is to you though, when you are sharing that moment with your significant other and your partner, you sometimes if somebody's watching and you're not okay with that, it will make you feel a certain way. So I just wanted to understand, does the sister who isn't supposed to be involved in this, how does she truly feel about being stuck with her sister while her sister is having sex?
Why they ain't having sex? Because she shared the same
See what I'm saying? And now I'm not laughing about it because it's not as funny anymore. But at the time, it was hilarious because I wanted to know. But boy, it is not my fault this video is trending.
But my thing is, what would be the issue, like? Because if she get a boyfriend, right, and the boyfriend wants to have sex, now, is the husband going to be offended that this dude is now sleeping with the sister, which is still sleeping with your wife?
And my question is, does he use a condom? He got to use a condom. He's sharing pussies. Okay, it's getting funny again. It's about to get funny.
Everybody should deserve to have love, of course. But this is just a weird dynamic, and it is what it is. But it's real life giving. The sister should be able to find love too. That's all I'm saying. He should have married them both. What? He should have. Because again, you add another person, it's now an orgy.
Okay.
And then say the boyfriend gets the sister pregnant, but they both got to carry that baby. People want to say, y'all had to take all that time to write all this stuff and type how you feel this is like this. Fuck you. Okay. He had questions, and I just went and looked up and saw what it said. I can't talk about something and address it and has that much information if it wasn't already out there. Like, if
This
people
one
don't want you
person
talking about
said-
some things, it shouldn't be out there.
It took
It's just like
him 30
everything.
seconds to realize there was typically low class.
Oh yeah, we low class.
The word you're not supposed to use that I think starts with an N. And my question to you is, what does that? Are you calling us niggas?
Didn't he call us a nigga? Just like his mother. Who wish she
We is not about to use our podcast to respond to people. We appreciate you guys really engaging in a topic that
we
really
appreciate and
didn't matter
it more
to
if his
nothing.
mother would have swallowed him.
It really didn't matter. I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to know because I'm be honest with you.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything like this before until now. Maybe I'm naive and maybe I'm unaware, but I didn't know this type of stuff went on. So I'm sorry.
It goes on.
Yeah.
Because that cracker,
That man called us a nigga.
he sure did. Low class nigga too. We low class niggas. And you was a low class playing in a trailer park, dumping your shit out of a window because you ain't had no septic pump.
Y'all heard that? Thank you for listening to episode 153 of MTMJ Podcast with the Wife. Make sure you subscribe, rate, comment, share, like, and see you next time on episode 154. Thank you. Peace.